Distinguished colleagues, faculty members, and educators. For those just joining me also, I am Dr. Faustina Igwebike, a postdoctoral student from Emmanuel University, North Carolina, USA. In the past weeks, we have looked at some interesting topics on educational capability, leadership capacity, faculty presence in the class, and last week we looked at preparing for a class. So for today, we are looking at teaching and learning, what it takes to deliver an effective class in a university. Teaching in a university is one of the greatest responsibility anyone can hold. So every time we step into that classroom, we stand at the intersection of knowledge and transformation. So our task is not just to deliver contents, but to shape minds, inspire inquiry, and cultivate the next generation of thinkers and professionals. But the central question we must ask ourselves is, what does it take to deliver a university class that ensures both effective teaching and meaningful learning? So today, I would like to share some key practices that elevate our teaching from the usual routine instruction to a transformative learning experience. So the first thing is the mastery of the subject matter, which is the foundation of effective university teaching. Students can dictate immediately when a lecturer understands their field deeply or not. So mastery gives us that confidence to simplify complex topics, draw meaningful connections, and respond thoughtfully to questions from the students. So when we teach with clarity and authority, students learn with confidence. They are not only exposed to knowledge, but they are guided into understanding. The second point is to have a thoughtful lesson planning. Plan your lessons. Plan it very well. Planning involves defining that clear learning outcomes, structuring the sequence of the class, and allocating time, also anticipating questions from the students. So when you plan, you create a logical flow that students can follow. Okay? A successful class does not happen by accident. It is designed. So behind every lecture is a lecturer that took time to plan effectively for a class. The third one is engaging delivery. Engaging delivery. In today's classroom, engagement is essential. Students cannot be passive. They cannot be passive receivers. They must be active in the class. And how would you make them active? It means incorporating methods such as real-life examples and providing short class discussions during teaching. So engagement changes the energy in the room. It brings energy into the classroom. So it makes the student to think, to question, and to contribute. And when students are engaged in a classroom, learning becomes deeper and more memorable. The fourth point of the key practices is to create that supportive environment where students feel respected, they feel valued, and they are able to express themselves. So a supportive classroom is where one is able to speak without any hindrance. So the atmosphere for a supporting learning environment does not just come up by chance. It is created. It is created by the lecturer's tone, the attitude, and the willingness to meet the students at the point of their needs. So when students know that their voices are being heard, their level of participation increases. It rises. So when they realize that mistakes are part of learning, they will embrace that teaching and their confidence grows. So the fifth point I'm going to give us today is assessment and feedback. When we receive feedback, we conduct assessments and we receive feedback, then the teaching is complete. So, teaching is incomplete until we have confirmed that learning has taken place. And this is where assessment and feedback comes in. So, an effective lecturer in the class would ask some thought-provoking questions, provide constructive feedback on what is correct, what needs to be improved upon, and how to improve on it. So, when we check for understanding, we guide students along that right path of learning and help them to refine their thinking. So, my colleagues, in conclusion, to deliver an effective university class, one has to ensure that both teaching and learning has occurred. So we must combine mastery, planning, engagements, presence in the class, assessments, resources, and a commitment to constant improvement. So when all these elements work together, students do not merely receive knowledge, they experience learning. They experience learning, effective learning. They develop skills, they build confidence and curiosity that follows them far beyond the classroom. And ultimately, that is the purpose of true teaching and learning. That will be all for this week. I thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you all next week. Thank you.